Can you believe it's like time to start thinking about seeds and seed starting? The time has been flying so quickly, and yeah, it's time. It's time to start thinking about it. It's January right now, and some of us don't have to think about it, us in zone 5B or, you know, the cooler zones, but my people in the higher zones are starting seeds, and it's exciting. That means the season is progressing and it's almost time to get back in the garden, sorta. So around March is when I'll start the bulk of my seeds. But today I am going to start some dwarf tomato seeds. And these are seeds that I am going to, well, not seeds, but plants I am going to grow and keep indoors. And I'm hoping to get a harvest on them probably before May, I'm hoping. So these seeds are seeds that I ordered from Etsy, and there is Venus micro dwarf tomato, bonsai micro dwarf tomato, and then they sent a free gift with this, which is a yellow canary micro dwarf tomato. And I'll show you guys what that looks like. So I am so excited about this. These tomatoes should stay super small and compact and produce a cherry tomato for us. I'm gonna start them in seed cup, like containers like this, so that I don't have to constantly replant them. I've never grown the micro tomatoes, so I don't know how quickly they grow or how big of a container I'll need. So I'm just gonna pop them in something bigger. That way it can just stay in that for a really long time. So I am going to probably start 3 pots of the dwarf tomatoes, and I think I want to use the neon cups up. And then I'm going to do 2 pots of cilantro. We love cilantro, and I bought because you know, at the grocery store they always like sell like fresh herbs, fresh potted herbs in the grocery section. At least my grocery stores do. So I bought cilantro and I repotted it. And cilantro is an herb that doesn't typically handle transplanting well, and in true fashion I transplanted it and it just slowly declined. So I am going to start some more, putting it in bigger pots, and then hoping to just keep it in these pots until, you know, I'm done with the plant. I'm doing 2 so I can share some with the chickens and then also have enough for us. So these containers here are just containers that I'm reusing from last year's garden. I often keep my containers that I think would make great seed starting pots. I've already sterilized these and cleaned them. They still look a little bit dirty, but they've been soaked and cleaned. They're good. So to start seeds, you're gonna need clean, sterile pots. You're gonna need a sterile seed starting mix, and you're gonna need some seeds. So here are my seeds. And then I've got these cilantro seeds. These were from the Dollar Tree. And I've grown these, this particular seed from the Dollar Tree before, and they germinate really well. They're really great seeds. And then I've got my plant labels, and I will tag the shop on Amazon where I got these. I've got my seed tray. This is by Greenhouse Mega Store, but I bought it locally at it's like a greenhouse plant selling place. Anyways, but it's by Greenhouse Mega Store if you need seed trays. And then they also sell these trays on Amazon, but I definitely recommend you get a tray of sorts to hold your seeds, because with watering and it's just messy. So you're gonna wanna have something to put your pots in. So I'll remove these since I'm not planting them up. And let's go ahead and get started. So here's my seed starting mix. Where did I buy this? I got this from Lowe's, and it's by Miracle Grow. And you want to use a seed starting mix just because it's sterile, there will be less chance of dampening off, less chance of your seedlings dying from a disease. You just want to keep everything clean, okay? So I've got my seed starting mix. I'm going to add soil to my pots. Okay, let's start with the tomato pots first. I always make a mess. It's just inevitable. Yeah, I always make the biggest messes when I'm starting seeds, planting, replanting. Like, I am the messiest planter, gardener, planter person. All right, so I'm done loading these up with soil. Now, if you want to use regular potting mix, you absolutely can. It's just you might have less of a germination, or like less survival rate, I guess, for your seedlings. When I'm doing winter sowing in milk jugs, I tend to use whatever soil that I have available, because those plants, those jugs are outside, they're in the elements, they're sitting on the ground, so they're gonna get stuff in that soil from the ground. So I don't tend to be as picky with soil when I'm using the milk jugs. And I am gonna be doing milk jugs this year. So if you guys want a video on that, I'll have that coming out soon. I do already have a video on my channel about sowing in milk jugs, but I'm gonna do a new one this year as well. Okay, so now we've got soil and everything, and it is time to start planting our seeds. So I'm gonna start with the cilantro, since it's right next to me. This is the cilantro I'm growing, and the seed packet says to sow at a depth of a 1/4 inch. I am actually, because I'm growing this in pots, I'm going to push that, and I'm going to sow multiple seeds in this pot, in both of these pots actually. So I'm gonna put 3 seeds in each pot. And I don't know if you guys know this, but cilantro seeds are also known as coriander, which is something that you can use during cooking. I don't smell anything on them, but yes. So cilantro seeds are there. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take my Sharpie and push those seeds down a bit. Then cover. And now I'm gonna write my plant tag. And then today's date, which is what is today's date? One 9/23. Cilantro. One 9 2 3. Done. And I'm gonna water these all in last. Once I finish, then I'll water everything in. So now I've got my tomato seeds. Then I'm gonna get started. We're gonna start with the Venus Micro Dwarf. And for the tomato seeds, I am going to do 2 seeds per pot. If I can get them open. These little baggies are so adorable though. They are so tiny and cute. Come on, buddy. There we are. All right, I just need 2 seeds. And there's 2. Got this one. There. Boop, boop. And then we got the bonsai. 2. 1. I think there was 2 on that. Let me see if I can. Okay, there. There. Alright, so then we've got 1, 2. Alright, now they're all planted. It's time to water them in. It's best to water from the bottom, but I don't have any other plants in here, so I'm just going to water from the top today. And it'll be fine. You can also pre-moisten your soil. That's a good option too. I just don't like to do it because I don't like to have soil stuck all to my hands. Okay, so now that my seeds are all watered in, they are going to soak up this water from the bottom of the tray. I'll leave it here for probably at least a half an hour. Whatever they don't soak up, I will remove. I'm not going to put them on any heat mats right now because they don't really need it, and the temperature in this room is warm enough for germination. I will, however, once they actually sprout, I'm going to put them under grow lights. At this point, the room that they're going to stay in is bright enough. However, once they start growing above the soil, they're going to need some overhead light. Overhead lighting is what you want for seeds. I have tried to grow in windowsills and in front of a window, and it always produces leggy plants. Now with tomatoes, you can fix leggy plants by repotting them deeper into the soil, or you can add soil up on the stem, because if you do that, the tomato plant will start to root out from the stem. Tomatoes are awesome like that. However, I find that it's best to put them under a grow light, because then you get that growth that is steady. Your plants are not growing super tall and lanky and long. And then your plants are staying like short and stout. And for these to be micro dwarf tomatoes, I think that they would definitely benefit from overhead lighting, and the cilantro too definitely would benefit from overhead lighting. The plants will grow not as tall and fast. Now, if you don't have any grow lights, that's okay. Do the window method, put them in the brightest room you have, and then as they're growing, because you'll notice where the light is, it'll pull the plants in the direction of the light. So when you notice your plants leaning, turn them. Leaning, turn them. Leaning, turn them. And that way you get a like a 360 lighting type of situation for them, and it'll help them grow more straighter. I do believe, you know, grow lights is best if you don't have a greenhouse to grow in or anything like that. So for those of us who grow inside of our houses like this, overhead lighting is best. I can link some grow lights in the description for you to check out if you need help finding grow lights or garden lights. I now use shop lights. I got them from Walmart for like 15 bucks each. I hook them up to a like a shelf, a metal shelf, and I'll show that in some other videos. But yeah, so I'll link everything that you need in the description, but these seeds should germinate within a week or 2 weeks. The cilantro, I'm guessing 7 to 10 days. Tomatoes, probably 7 days. They'll be up by then. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know if you have any questions about seed starting. If you need more links to different products, more price ranges, let me know and I'll send out some more links. But I'll try to include as many links as possible for different price ranges. But yeah, so let me know. I'll have more videos coming out on starting seeds. If there's anything specific that you want to know about, leave a comment below and I'll try to create a video for that or just give a response. But yeah, happy gardening!